Hey guys, John here with Chris Jenson from Exotac, and today we are going to talk about
candleTINs.
candleTINs. I think these are fantastic ways of actually carrying a flame and keeping a flame going. You know, a lot of people want to talk about spark, ignition, things like that, but actually being able to carry a fire for a long period of time can be the difference in situations between life and death.
Yeah, and there's multiple uses for a candle out in the field. You can use it for igniting dry or stubborn, wet or stubborn tinder and kindling. You can use it for heating up a small area. Just
light in general.
Yeah, just light in general. If you're writing in a notebook or your journal, whatever you do at the night, if you want to see what you're doing.
And there's a lot of times where, I know Chris and I have it. We have different types of tinder, albeit fat wood or Vaseline and cotton balls, whatever it might be. But they all have a fairly short burn time. 5, maybe 10 minutes max.
Yeah.
So the ability to have a way to carry a flame for multiple hours. Can be the difference between being able to get natural tinder that you might find dry enough to get a fire going, long enough to get wood burning and have a sustainable fire.
Yeah, because if you look outside right now, it's been raining the last couple of days. Yeah. Finding dry natural tinder may be a chore, but you can most likely still find that fibrous material out there in the woods. It's just, it might be a little bit more of a chore to get ignited.
So that's where the candleTINs come into play here, and I think this is a fantastic product, and it comes in 3 different sizes. So we're going to talk about all 3 sizes. So we'll start with the smallest one, the Nano, the 4-hour Nano, super small, lightweight, compact. Dude, just throw 2 or 3 of these in your bag.
Yeah, I keep one of those in my belt pouch at all times if I'm going out, and then also have like 1 or 2 of those in my 24-hour kit.
Yeah, and so super small, super lightweight, will burn for 4 hours. Tell me what the real good use for the 4-hour Nano is.
So it's one of those things. It's small enough that you can carry with you at all times. I keep it on me. I keep one on me for igniting stubborn tinder, or if it's if it's nighttime and I just want to have a little bit of light by me, I keep that with me. And then also we use 100% beeswax with all our stuff, and beeswax just has so many uses. You can use it for maintaining tools and just so many different uses you can use beeswax for. Google it, you'll find like 100 different uses.
So that's the Nano, the 4-hour. I suggest when you use these, sometimes put them in the lid. They can get a little warm at times. So if you put them in the lid, then you have like a nice little carry handle. So just a little tip there. And then we step up to, so the 6-hour and the 12-hour are the same exact size, okay? Same size, same tin.
Yes.
Same thing.
Exactly.
The difference being?
Difference being on the 12-hour candleTIN, we use a standard wick. It's a standard wick you'll see on any type of candle. We use 3 different wicks, so you can burn one at a time. It'll give you a longer burn time for the whole candle. And then on our 6-hour, we use a hot burn wick, and this I use different candles for different times of year. Yeah. During the summertime, if I just want to have a candle, reading light or anything like that at night, I'll have a longer burning candle. During late fall, winter, early spring, I'll have the hot burn because it can help with preventing hypothermia if you have an emergency blanket,
your hands around and things like that.
You can sit there, light all 3 wicks, wrap yourself in a poncho, emergency blanket, and start warming yourself up a little bit. And the difference between how hot this is and how hot this is if you light all 3 of these wicks, you can actually boil a little bit of water.
Right.
So it gets extremely hot. And if you have them lit for so long, it will melt all the beeswax inside the tin.
Yeah, and that's the difference between the 6 and the 12-hour. They're the same size, same wax. The only thing that's different is the wick and how hot they burn.
Exactly.
So if you're kind of debating between which one, it's really what you're wanting to accomplish. If you wanted, I would say the best, I would say, emergency product would be the 6-hour, because it does give you the ability, if you had to boil a small amount of water, so it could work as a quick stove just to purify some water. So the 6-hour has a few more features to it. How long will like the 12-hour burn if you just did like 1 wick?
Each wick will burn about 4 hours.
4 hours, okay. So combine 12 hours there. And there's a lot of cool features that these offer. I love the fact that they're sealed up completely. So you can leave them in your bag, and if they do get hot and the beeswax starts to melt, it's not going to leak all over everything that's in your bag.
And beeswax has an extremely high melting point. It's like 140 degrees Fahrenheit. So it has a very high melting point. But if
Arizona, things like that.
It can for some reason, if it gets that hot, or if you leave it in your car or something like that, it gets extremely hot, it's encased where you don't have to worry about it. Or after you get done using it, you can just cap it off and go about your day.
Yeah, and so, you know, a lot of people would say like, oh, just carry like a tea light, a tea candle. You know, that's kind of what the 4-hour candle tin represents. But the difference being, you know, a tea candle, when they melt, like I said, you know, so a lot of people put them in Ziploc bags, things like that. They usually get crushed, they usually get broken. Where these, I mean, the super hard tin, you're not going to be able to crush it, you know, can't crush it. If it does melt, like I said, I've actually warmed them up a little bit with a lighter.
Yeah.
And the wax has settled back down. You can pop them in the freezer or leave them, and like you're good to go again. Another recommendation that we say is always
pre-burn your wicks before you head out. That way, if you're igniting them with a lighter, you're not wasting so much fuel on your lighter to ignite them. It might take a little bit longer to melt the wax off the wick. So if you pre-burn them before you head out, it just makes life a little bit easier on you.
And so those are the little tips that, you know, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but when your hands are frozen and you're trying to get something going, you know, it can save you some time. So, all right, tell us a little bit about pricing and how they come, because they come in a couple different options.
Okay, so we have these, which come in a small and also come in a large option. And they range between $8.95 for the small option and then $11.95 for the large option.
And how many come in the small and large?
Just one apiece.
One apiece.
Beeswax is extremely expensive.
Yep.
So they come with the small and the large.
Okay.
And then for the nano, we also sell them in a single pack or a 3-pack.
3-pack, okay.
The single pack is like $4 tops. And then the 3-pack is $11.95.
Okay. So a couple different options there, and they can purchase them.
Exotac.com.
Exotac.com. So super cool product. I think it's something that is neglected in a lot of fire kits. Is a way to sustain a fire without having to use fuel out of a lighter.
And then you look at just the versatility of having a tin.
Yeah.
If once you run out of the candle, you run out of the beeswax, use it as a charring tin.
Yeah.
Store some tinder in it. Store char material in there. Whatever you store some medicine in it, whatever you need to.
Right.
Now you have a tin to do that with.
So guys, there you have it. It's the candleTIN from Exotac, the 4, 6, and 12-hour models. If you guys got any more questions with regards to these candles, feel free to leave them below. Make sure you hit the like button, and until next time, be safe.